I'm gonna open
That
up the chat.
this
Look
is
at
what I
that.
wish I was drinking right now.
I know that hot cocoa looks, that's an old photo.
It
I think
is.
we took that back in like 2019,
I know.
2020.
And yet that still looks like the best cup
It's
of
the
hot
best.
chocolate ever.
Do you know what my trick was? I waited until the hot chocolate was cold. And then I put all the marshmallows on top. Yeah. Because then they wouldn't
Because then they
melt.
don't melt.
Yep. It was disgusting afterwards. And I think I put in like a lot of it to make sure that it was like nice and thick brown. I do not recommend drinking that cup. It was fake.
Really? Oh
Yeah,
man.
it was not good.
Like food staging.
Yeah,
You
totally.
totally
I
food
totally
staged
food
it.
staged it.
But
I
it looks
totally did.
so good.
I think I like pushed him down to get like it was a process. It was a process. All right, everyone is trickling in. This is so nice.
I know, I'm so excited.
For those of you that are new around here, you are welcome to text us in the chat. We will turn off the recording and we can turn cameras on after the presentation is over. And probably we should introduce ourselves.
Oh, we should.
Because a lot of these people are from our email list and they maybe have not actually seen us talk in person. So I am Kirsten.
And I'm Jackie.
It's Jackie, and this is so fun.
And I'm the one that usually sends out the emails. And you can usually tell by my mood if you actually read what's written in. Sometimes I'm a little wacky.
And whenever I have to sub in, it's usually the ones that are always messed up. Those are the ones that like Jackie's on vacation and I have to do like an emergency email.
Such a good job.
No, I screw them up, but that's okay. She's our maven, or our email maven.
Sometimes when I don't forget to send them out. And then I send out apologies. And sometimes I think I've sent them.
Right.
And it makes me press, like, do you want to send it? Yes. Do you want to send it now? Yes. Are you sure you want to do it? And sometimes I only click OK twice instead of three times. And
they're very careful.
Yeah.
All right, it's 7:31. People are gonna keep trickling in, I think. But let's get started. So we're gonna do this like we did the Beach Reads one back in. Oh, from Texas. Oh, I love that.
I love that.
We're gonna do this like we did Beach Reads.
Yeah.
And for members, this is just gonna be like a looking beyond. This is what we do once a month with upcoming releases. But this time it's all holiday releases. They're all out. And we read like 22 of them, but we're only gonna talk about, what did we settle on?
I think it's 16.
16, I think we said we were gonna do.
From Florida. Yay. This is so exciting.
Oh, I love this.
I'm happy that everyone's from all over. So Kirsten is usually the Christmas like queen.
I normally read all of them.
All of them. And she'll be like, this is a you.
Right.
But this year, I love the ones I read. Like Kirsten goes through and she's like, you're reading. You
read all the fantasy ones. She read all the fantasy
ones. I did. I read a lot of
fantasy. I think you read 7, which is like a record. She's never read that many.
It's a record, and I have to say, I needed it at this time of year.
Yeah.
These are our, oh my God.
Ohio,
North Carolina. Fun.
What? How did you just say that state?
Colorado.
Oh, I just thought you said like Colorado. I thought your Canadian came out like you say pasta.
It might have.
I think it did a little bit, and then you checked yourself really quick.
Well, actually, one of the books that I love so much, it takes place in Canada, which is so exciting for me. Yeah, so we have really, really good ones. And this year, I feel like there were so many really good ones, which is so perfect to end the year. And we have such a good variety that I feel like you can just
find something.
Like you can stack up and just read like a bunch of them.
Yep.
And they're not too repetitive, I don't think.
I'm going to tell my favorite in each genre, I think. So I will give you my 3 favorites of the whole year.
Oh, I didn't know.
I know. If you think about it, you can say it. Okay, let's get started.
Okay. Oh my God, we have
Maine. Oh, love Maine. Love Maine.
We have an entire list of books
for Maine. It's on the reading challenge this year.
It is
because we're obsessed with Maine. I love Maine.
I love seeing where me too.
Me too. Okay. Let's do it.
Here we go.
I'm playing the keyboard.
Yeah.
You're up first.
I am up first. Okay. So first, I want to preface this by saying this was published last year and it was self-published. And the last time I looked, the Amazon description of this is wrong.
Interesting.
Okay. So, it is a billionaire romance. It kind of reminded me a little bit of a 50 Shades.
Christian?
Except all green flags.
Oh, I like
okay?
that.
This guy, oh my God, single partner.
He's a single partner.
He's a single partner, otherwise known as a single parent. It is fake dating. So it's Fable, and she is at her boss's house, who is Wilder. They're having a holiday meal, and her boyfriend cheats on her at the meal. And she decides to fake date her boss because her boss is trying to get out of all the dates that his aunt is trying to set him up on.
Okay.
And I mean, it's not a spoiler. There was a happy ending, but he's like all the green flags. Like,
I love that.
like he's so good. And I was like, oh, it was so refreshing to read like a really, really good guy who like does good stuff with his money.
How
Billionaire.
steamy? Is it like 50 Shades steamy?
No.
Okay.
No. So
'cause I got some of those on the list.
It's steamy, but there's not like as many
Okay.
as many scenes, but he still is seen. I mean, he does like buy her some toys.
Okay.
Okay, so like it's steamy, but there's not as many scenes. Like I feel like 50 Shades, like at some point they're just like skipping.
You gotta skip.
Like
that inner goddess.
Yeah.
If you know, you know. This is your suit, Chris. This is their, which I think I have a up close up because it's so pretty. And this is the one, because you told me it was really good, that I have saved for myself to read the actual week of Christmas. So this is coming on vacation.
It's really good. And so it was steamy, but it was only like one really steamy scene, and the rest of it was like so sweet. So it's like
so you could skip it if you needed to.
You could skip it if you needed to. I loved it. It was set in Canada, so it's not a ranch like in the United States. It's up north in Toronto. I mean, they're talking about like everywhere that I go, and Emery is running away from Toronto because her parents, who are very wealthy, like her father embezzled money. She is so embarrassed. She like runs away to where she went up to a ranch when she was a kid, and it was where her first love was, and they had broken up, and she ends up back there, and it's like a second chance romance, and it was great.
And this is Julia McKay, which is the pen name for Marissa Stapley.
Yes.
And Marissa Stapley at one point also teamed up with, I forget who,
right.
but they were Maggie Knox. So if you read, well, it was the Holiday Swap.
Oh, the Holiday Swap.
And then there was another one.
Yes.
It's all the same. So Marissa Stapley, under her normal name, writes thrillers, including the Reese pick Lucky. But then this is her romance.
Yes.
And who was the other person that's just going to really bother me? If anyone knows the answer, feel free to put it in the chat, because our members are the best and sometimes look things up for us. But she was Maggie Knox, and she was one half of that. That Holiday Swap was great.
So many names, and this is great, and which makes sense because she's Canadian.
Yeah. So. This is my first one. This is Emily Stone. Emily is a must read for me every year. Emily Stone, and there's one other person on the list. This was not my favorite of hers, but I did really enjoy it. If you know my obsession with Emily Stone, her very first book, Once Upon a December, made me ugly cry, and it will never be topped by anything. So this was a little lighter for her. It's about Melanie, who is a jewelry designer, and her ex-boyfriend, Finn, shows up on her door right before Christmas and is basically like, I need you to come to the Scottish Highlands with me and pretend to be like, to have us be fake dating to make the perfect Christmas for my mom, because she doesn't know that we broke up. And so she's like, okay, cool. As long as I can publicly break up with you and reject you and like get revenge at the end of the trip. And he's like, fine. So obviously it's a second chance. There are some other dynamics going on in the background. They address like why they broke up, all of that fun stuff, but it is holiday cheer in the Highlands, which is, I love.
Tell me,
anything.
Are we like getting any like Jamie vibes?
No, but
Okay.
I do have a Jamie vibes
Okay,
later on in the
okay,
list, another Scottish where the main character is a Jamie and it was full
I
Jamie
think that will be
vibes.
mine.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh, and though yes, I don't want to tell you which one it is, but I have it somewhere, but you will love it.
Okay.
Anyway, it was really cute. It was really sweet. It is not as emotionally heavy as her other ones just deal with some really rough stuff. And this one was not. So if you've been scarred by her in the past, you can she's treading lightly. Go right ahead and read this one.
Yeah, because I haven't read her other stuff because you told me about it, and I can't be emotionally
Still
scarred.
one of the best ones I've ever heard, ever.
You love to be emotionally trapped.
I want an ending that's gonna rip my heart out sometimes. And that one I was like sobbing at the end. Anyway. Good time. Good time. Gingerbread Bakery. So this one, if you're familiar, the first one in the series is the Pumpkin Spice Cafe. It's a whole series by Laurie Gilmore, which
Okay.
I'm pretty sure this is her pen name and it has something to do with the fact that she's like a Gilmore Girls fan, which makes sense because Dream Harbor is basically Stars Hollow.
Love that.
And every one of the books in the series revolves around a different like small town business owner and their cute little thing. So this one is Annie and she owns the gingerbread bakery and she is making a gingerbread house for the wedding of Luke from one of the earlier books. But it's also kind of a prequel because before they all started getting together back when they were teenagers, she was dating this guy, Mac, who's just returned in present day and is a groomsman and now owns the bar. And so you get a dual timeline and you're actually dating, like you're switching between the two and you're seeing them fall in love both times.
That's really
And like why it goes off the rails or they,
That's
whatever.
cute.
So that was really, really cute. There is spice in this one, but you can skip it. It's really sweet and it's really cute. And then you like know a scene's coming and you can skip it if you want to. So, but it is on the spicier side.
Okay. Oh.
As
Look,
opposed
you did a me.
I did. I went to click myself. As opposed to the Spiced Cocoa Cafe, which I have to tell you, this was the last one that I read. And I hit chapter 3 and was like, end scene, this is my final one. She referred to his equipment as his candy cane and snowballs. And I was like, I'm done. This is my final Christmas book of the year. I can't anymore. I'm so glad it was the last. But candy canes, I didn't tell you because I wanted your honest reaction when I told you that. Okay. It's such a visual. And this is 50 Shades. Like it is every other page. There is something going on. Small town. You're never gonna recover. I know. It's a new one. I've never heard of that in that way. But that's what we're getting into.
Okay, I'm not even gonna go there. Like I can't. I now.
I know. So it is the same kind of small town Stars Hollow feel. There is, it's Liam and Cassidy, and they are competing. She owns the chocolate cafe. He owns, I forget what, he's trying to save his llama farm. And they're competing for like best window display, but someone's out there sabotaging all the window displays. So they're trying to figure out who the Grinch
Wait,
is.
it's a llama farm?
He's trying to save his family's llama farm, so he wants to win the contest, but he's a Grinch. Okay. He's a grumpy, and she's like, so Christmas. I know, forever. Anyway, this one is the raunchiest of them all. Do not tread lightly. But enjoy. If you too want to experience a candy cane and snowballs, go for it. Go for it.
Yeah.
Okay. You Make It Feel Like Christmas. This was really sweet. Sophie Sullivan.
How many books there are about Christmas tree farms?
I think a lot.
I feel like every other Christmas book is like a Christmas.
And this is like Tickle Tree Farm, which I just think that's such a funny name.
Throw the candy cane and snow.
I know. It's like I'm thinking bad things now.
And it's a hockey player. Oh my God. Sorry. Okay. Continue.
You Make It Feel Like Christmas. She is, this is, first of all, Maisie and Nick. Maisie is a photographer, but she's also the black sheep of her family. Her whole family is getting together at the B&B on the Christmas tree farm.
Okay.
to celebrate the holidays together, along with Nick, whose sister owns the B&B. And it
Okay.
just so happens that Maisie and Nick slept together and didn't know they had a one-night stand, and now they've been reunited, but they haven't been able to stop thinking about each other. But he's a walking green flag in other
Okay.
news. But he's a hockey player who's going through an injury and some mental health stuff. And they are trying to see if they can make it work. And it's really sweet and really cute. And if you are familiar with Sophie Sullivan, it's not technically part of a series, but she makes it so that her characters are kind of
like
interwoven
reappear.
a little
Got
bit. So if the last book was the one that was set in fall, Can't Help Falling in Love, I think it is, and that was Lexi's story, and Lexi is her best friend.
Oh,
so they
I
like
love that.
kind of talk
Okay.
on the phone, like it's not a major character, but
Got it.
there we go.
That's cute. I like when people do that.
I do too.
So you can read them in any order. and then
Totally in any order,
You know
as
who-
opposed to the gingerbread one where it's like,
Right.
it's a little bit.
Could you read that one first?
Well, you could because it's technically the prequel, but also
But you probably wouldn't want to.
I mean, but it's a romance, so like who's always going to be together anyway. But yeah,
Okay.
you could not. And now we're on fantasy.
We're on to fantasy. So this one is an interesting one. So it is a take on A Christmas Carol, except for that she, instead of getting the 3 ghosts of Christmas, she gets the 8 heartbreaks of Hanukkah. Okay. So
okay, I love this.
okay. So Evelyn is a producer on a live TV version of The Christmas Carol, and she suffers from migraine. So there's some trigger warnings with this because it actually does deal with really serious topics. Evelyn and David were married. They got divorced 2 years ago. They had a lot of things that happened in their marriage. We find out as she goes along with the 8 heartbreaks of Hanukkah that come and they visit her and they take her back to moments in their relationship. She has migraine headaches, she faints, and she comes up with one of the heartbreaks of Hanukkah, who takes her back, and she can't figure out whether she's having delusions or whether she needs to go to the hospital because she's having hallucinations. So Meltzer does a great job of actually dealing with a little more serious topics but she also makes it funny, and it's like Hanukkah and Christmas all rolled into one, and it's emotional, and I was laughing, I was crying. So it was a really good one. So it is fantasy, but it's a little more serious.
Okay. As opposed to
this one. This one which is another spin on A Christmas Carol.
Really?
Uh-huh. I think I've had every book that was A Christmas Carol this year. But so Nolan is the ghost of Christmas past, and he's come to Harriet, except for that Harriet is the nicest, sweetest person ever. And he cannot figure out what he's supposed to be visiting with her in her past to help her come to terms with, because she's wonderful and sweet and giving and caring, and they just can't figure out why he's stuck with her, and he keeps going back to the office, which is where all the ghosts of Christmas whatever, and he's I don't know what I'm supposed to be doing, and she's you have until Christmas to figure this out. And so they're trying to go together. So what I loved is, first, it's spicy, but it wasn't I'm the man savior situation.
Okay.
Because she was so good. Okay. And the relationship, it came together actually at the end, and it was really cute. I loved it.
Oh, awesome.
I loved it. It was really, really cute.
This is high on my list, and I think this is a bestseller. I think a lot of people, because B.K. Borson wrote, was it Love Light Farms? Was that the whole series that she?
Yes. I notice how I have to go forward.
Yeah, and then there's another one that she's doing now, which is that I'm picturing someone in a TV on a cover in the back.
Oh, she always
they go back in time. I don't remember, but she has become very popular.
Yeah, I loved it. It was another one that's not a red flag man, savior. I felt like these were much healthier relationships, which I love.
So this one wins best cover for me for the whole year.
This is a great cover. It's a great cover. I should have brought mine. I'm sorry. I left all my stuff at home.
It's all good. First time caller. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you,
Yes.
guys. Yes, you are correct. That's the one.
This is why you
And
guys
there's
are
a new
amazing.
one that's coming out that's like back to you, and I think it's blue instead of pink.
Back to
You,
you.
that's your first time caller.
You guys are amazing.
I love it. I love it.
Amazing.
Okay.
And
This was one I assigned to you. I
this
remember
is one-
assigning
she
this
took,
to you.
She took one look at this and she's like, "This is yours." She's like, "We requested it and it's for you and it's coming to your house."
Yep,
You're gonna
yep.
read it. This is really cute. It's Rowan. She's a witch. She refuses to do magic anymore. She has to go home to her small town where there's a winter festival and it's like failing. And if they can't figure out how to get it to work, like they're gonna be selling the town and like turning it into something else. And that's how, the coven and everyone, like they make their livelihood. So she goes home and she encounters Gavin and they've known each other for years and her magic is going nuts. And it's just
she's
like
in love with him.
she's in love. Something happened. Something had happened years ago. She doesn't remember what it is. She can't remember why she like refuses to do magic anymore.
Okay.
And now her magic is going like all over the place.
Okay.
And she's like doing magic where she shouldn't be doing magic. And it's really cute. Small town, winter festival.
Love it.
Just love it. It's all the
All
cuteness.
the good fantasy.
Mhm. Love them.
And now we're at fiction. We're back with me. If you only read one, read this one. This is Grace and Henry's holiday movie marathon.
Physical of this one?
I do not.
Oh,
I do not, which I'm sad about. It's written by a man, which not to be, sexist, but I don't normally connect with men when they write me a Christmas story. And I loved this one.
Ooh.
Like I've read James Patterson and there's Richard.
No, but that's totally different.
But this man writes a great one. So Grace and Henry, it's their first Christmas with each of their respective spouses that have died. Her husband died the Christmas before of cancer, and his wife died in a plane crash. So I'm telling you that up front because like trigger warning if you're afraid of flying, which I am. I did not like learning that fact. You don't dwell on it, but like it's just there.
Okay.
And so they have different grief experiences because obviously when something's unexpected versus expected. So they're grieving their spouses and both of their moms are like meddling and trying to set them up. And so they decide to be like friends to get people off their back. And they're going to watch all of these Christmas movies because that's what Henry used to do with his wife. And Grace wants to be supportive. Grace has kids. And so he's trying to be supportive of her with the kids. And they do all these like lovely Christmas things together. But there's also secrets and things that they need to unpack about themselves and about their spouses. There is a little bit of romance in this one, but it's really about the grief and getting over the grief and supporting one another in the holiday season. And it is lovely.
It sounds so good.
It is lovely.
And there's movie references. I love Christmas movies so much.
Oh, there's like a big debate in here about like, is Die Hard a Christmas movie or not? Like they go through that whole thing, which I don't think it is, but that's just me.
My son calls it like shooty bang bang Christmas. That's what my son calls
Die Hard. Well, I think they watch that in here, like Home Alone, like all the classics are in here, and they watch it as a family, and it's just a delight.
I love
it's
that.
Just a delight.
I feel like I need to read this one.
It is really good. The next one is Jenny Bayless, who's my other go-to.
Oh, you love her.
Love her. You're gonna know what this is, but it was an embarrassingly long time for me to understand what we were talking about in this book. So her name is Fred, and she goes home to her family house to help with the family business, which is run by her aunts and her mom, and they have a Christmas cracker business. And so I was picturing saltines. It took me an embarrassingly long time to realize that they were talking about the things that you pull open. And I was sitting there going, I don't understand. I was
saltine cracker.
I was picturing like a special, like a bell-shaped saltine. I don't know. But eventually it came to me because they started talking about putting stuff in the crackers. And I was like, wait, because there was like tea or cocoa or something, and I was like, well, that's an interesting choice. And then they started talking about artwork, and I was like, oh wait. So that was embarrassing.
So funny.
But
Wait, how long in?
I don't want to know. I'm probably 30% or something really embarrassing.
Oh my God.
But so Fred is back in town and she wants to save the family cracker business. And they set up a booth in the Christmas market and she's really trying to find herself, like, big city. Can she reinvent herself in this town? There is a little bit of a love triangle. I know. I'm sorry. This was a weird Christmas reading month for me.
I think I've lost it.
But I thought it was really cute because I love a Christmas market. Her last one last year, like Kiss Me at Christmas, there was like a magical Christmas market. And I love a Christmas market.
I love it.
So there was a Christmas
There's a
market.
great Christmas market.
Where?
Like downtown near City Hall.
Oh,
And they
that's
do
right.
that, and it's
I forgot.
so
Thank you.
good.
I
And there's
love a
ice
Christmas market.
skating.
Yes.
And
Yes.
and crafts and all that stuff is
Yes.
so much fun.
Well, so that's this, except it's in like a
Amazing.
small town. And there's some, love stuff that goes on to it, but it's really her finding herself, saving her family, and there's just a lot of Christmas stuff that happens in the background,
I
which
love that.
I loved.
So cute.
And this one, okay, Jemima. Did I say that right?
Yeah,
Mm,
she had a very, very thick accent. A
I
very thick
listened to
accent.
this one.
And she played me some of it because
Yeah.
she has a very thick
She's
accent.
a thick, I want to say, I don't think it's Scottish. It's an English accent.
I thought it was like an Irish accent. Where does this take place?
I thought it took place somewhere in like Cornwall or
Oh, well,
Wales
then
or
go
something,
figure.
but
I don't
whatever
know.
it was,
It was a strong
it was a
accent.
strong accent, but I loved it. I was not expecting to love this one. Jemima's coming home just to visit her dad before she leaves for a new job working for her hotel chain out in San Francisco, San Diego, somewhere in America. And she finds her dad in sepsis on the farm, takes him immediately, and then finds out that the farm has been struggling. He didn't pay his jail bill, so she has to like put her life on hold to get him back together. It ends up being her changing her priorities, her trying to help the whole town that is struggling. But it was a study in, and this is going to sound strange, like agriculture and how the food industry now is really impacting these rural small communities and farms. And like her dad is struggling with like, I can't keep the farm up because the food, it takes too much to feed the animals and then you ship it out. And so I learned a lot about agriculture, and he was thinking of selling the farm for solar panels or something because that is more valuable somehow than like raising sheep. Anyway, there's a sit-in, there's a protest. She ends up becoming a social media influencer. So this was part of my fall. Like I checked it off my list because we had to read an influencer book. So this is mine. And she sort of tries to bring light and like awareness to what is happening with the agricultural rural struggles on a farm. And I ended up really, really liking this one.
Oh, that sounds so cute.
So loved it. Wasn't expecting to love it as much as I did.
So cute.
And now we're on to
okay, this is me. So,
and I didn't say my favorite so far from each category, but from the romance category, yours truly, yours for the season. I'm sorry, this one was my favorite, and Grace and Henry, I did say, and that
I didn't say my favorites.
Do you have any?
No, because I'm not because I love them. I'm
She's not choosing favorites.
I'm not choosing favorites.
I'm choosing.
I love them all in different ways.
Okay, there you go. There you go. Okay.
So Miss Winter in the Library with the Knife. This one was really interesting. It's told from multiple different perspectives. So I'm not going to name all the characters because there's a lot of them, and I'll tell you in a minute. And I think it would be great as an audiobook. I didn't listen, I read it, but there's 3 narrators. So there are 6 people who are all somehow related to like crime, either through like podcast, they're mystery writers, they were, related to like books and publishing. Okay. And they're all invited up to participate in a murder mystery over Christmas.
Okay.
And the winner is going to get a prize. Okay. They're all down on their luck. And there are 6 people that are part of the Midwinter Trust that are there. And what starts off as a game quickly turns into a real murder mystery when people start dying. And I thought it was great. It was interesting. It's a little bit interactive because they give you some problems that you have to solve. And what I thought was so interesting.
I love this trend in publishing this year.
Yes,
There are so many of these like puzzles.
yes. And it's like an ode to all the old books because in the back is a clue finder. I was upset because I have an advanced copy, so it doesn't actually say the pages. It says page XXX for all of them, but it says like for this information, it was all written out, and this is where it was, and this is who said it, and this is on the page. And for this are all the clues that you had. So you can go through when it's done, and when you find out like who done it, you can go back and you could read all the clues and go back. So I loved that you could do that. It was a bit of a slow start, I think, because there were so many characters. Like there's 12 people that they have to introduce, but once it got started, I like breezed through the rest of it really quickly. So I loved it. This was like the 3rd book that I've read this year. That was like an interactive, like, can you solve the murder mystery? And I get into it. Yeah.
Right. It really is. And I have one too, but we didn't get to mine yet.
Yeah.
This is my other one that
I need to read this. I love
this is the Jamie from Outlander.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. So our girl Mirren found a book and she like is an amateur, I think it's called an antiquarian. Did I say that?
Yeah, that sounds good.
Book hunter. And she found this book that's in the British Library. And Jamie needs her to come and find this missing book that his grandfather.
Wait, is his name Jamie?
His name is Jamie.
Oh, this is amazing.
And he's in Scotland.
Okay.
And he needs her to come to his house to find this book. And she's like, what are you talking about? She ends up on this like train up to his house in the Scottish Highlands. That is, I was picturing like Balmoral.
Nice.
And it turns out that if you're familiar, like the estate tax is like, a big burden to these big giant landowners. And apparently his grandfather left this really expensive book somewhere on the estate with scavenger hunt and clues.
Oh,
so Mirren is out there with a rival bookseller named Theo. They're all there. There's obviously a blizzard. They get snowed in. So they're like snowed into this crazy maze of a castle that is overflowing with books. They're solving all these clues.
Oh, I love that.
It was so charming. There's a little bit of some romance going on in the background, but like not a major romance. But it was Jenny Colgan back as Jenny Colgan. She is sometimes very hit or miss for me. I used to love all of her books.
And then they started getting weird.
They were not my favorites. We're back.
Oh, I need this
so badly. It's great for like a snowy day. It's Christmassy without being too Christmassy. So if you don't have time to read it before Christmas and you got to it in January or February, you'd be totally fine. Right. It's not overwhelming. But it's a delight. It's a delightful book. Loved it.
I love that.
And my final mystery, Myrtle. This is really cool. So if you're familiar with Myrtle, it is, oh gosh, there's like appendixes throughout. There are clues that I dog-eared the pages, which I don't normally do, but you have to for this because you're looking for things. But if you're familiar with like the LSATs, please ignore my horrible handwriting, where you have to read the clues and figure out the logic puzzles. That's what Myrtle is. But instead of having one puzzle and then you go to the next page, it's a completely different puzzle. There's an overarching theme connecting the entire book. So in this book, which can be done Advent style, Santa has gone missing and he's been kidnapped. And it was one of the 25 suspects that were at the North Pole before he was arrested or before he went missing. And so now every single day there is a mystery for you to solve. Sometimes you have to refer to like these appendixes. The clues are they're not straightforward. You have to like flip back and flip forward. There's a list of suspects and you cross off the suspects as they murder people because we know that Santa's kidnapper is not a murderer. So you're trying to solve the murder for every single day, figure out who Santa's person is. And it tells this like neat little story. I did it all in one day on a travel day.
That sounds like so much fun.
It was adorable. And I love that it was all connected because it kept me motivated to like keep going.
Yeah.
And they get progressively harder. So
I
this
think I'm
is
getting
the
my
newest
kids this for
one.
Hanukkah.
Yes, my kids love Myrtle. And actually, and I wish I had it. Do you see an orange book called Bordergrams? Because the people
Yeah,
from Myrtle
here.
and I we're buddies now. And they send me all the books. And the other book, which is not Christmassy, but I'm just gonna throw it out there because Felicia says she likes Myrtle. They have a new series out and it's called Bordergrams. And if you are familiar with Connections from the New York Times,
Yes.
it's Connections.
Are they that crazy?
Some of them are, but it's a little bit easier because you can't, everything has to connect. You can't cut off one thing. You have to
Got
find
it.
the groups of 4 and they give you a clue.
Okay.
So it's a little bit easier.
Okay.
I've been doing this with our 11 and 13-year-olds, but they're obsessed with this one. So this is Bordergrams.
That's
So
really cute.
I really like these for tweens. If you love Connections, you will love this. It's really fun. Same sort of thing. You're getting little messages. And then if you go to the back to see if you're right to get the solution, because part of it is figuring out, just like Connections, part of it is figuring out what the 4 things are that go together, but also what the theme is. So you go to the back to find out what the theme
I hope they're
is.
not as crazy as like things that would be a color if we took off a letter and added a consonant in front. It's like,
There are some wacky ones.
oh
There-
my God.
I'm like looking at this and I'm like, no, yeah, there are some weird, ends with this, starts with that.
Okay.
Like there's some of that. But when you go to find out if you're correct, there's also the telegraph response to the first one. So you're like telegraphing back and forth,
Oh, that's
reading a
so
story
cute. That's
throughout.
cute.
So I
love
both of
that.
those. So I just wanted to put that on your radar.
That's really cute.
I think that was
That's
that
great.
is my
I think-
final.
Totally.
So
Okay. And
you're
then
up.
we have one more. So I'm so mad. I forgot to bring, I'm sorry. Jackie forgetting is a theme.
It's okay because we found a visual aid.
So we found a visual aid. So this is a book Advent romance. So there are 25 chapters and each day you have to open up the chapter and you can read it.
Like physically open it.
Physically
As
open
you
it.
can see here.
They're
They're sealed.
stuck, they're stuck together. I wish, my only thing about this is that I wish they had only stuck the first and the last pages together, because on long chapters, you have to take a ruler and stick it right in the middle, and it opens up very easily, but on long chapters, some of the pages were still stuck and I
Okay.
had to open it more than once. It's just adorable. It's a teen romance. It's totally sweet. There's no spice. April had a heart transplant and now she's going to visit her father. Her parents are divorced and she's waiting for her best friend to come up and see her. And the parents really had a divorce because, they were fighting a lot about like what was better for her. The mom wanted her to relax. The father's like, she should, be active, keep the heart healthy. Anyway, she gets up there, her best friend isn't there, and her best friend's brother's up there, and they start a little romance. So it's amazing with so much teen drama.
And the inside, it's full color.
It's full color. There's like text messages that go back and forth,
In
which
color,
you
which
can
is really cool.
which you can so easily read because they're all different colors. Each page is colorful. Like the pages are thick. It just like felt so
I love
good
that.
reading it. It like was good in your hand.
And I wish you had it too because it's gold foil, so it almost feels like a special occasion. Like you can give it as an advent calendar, and it feels very special.
Yeah, and I also think it's so cute. It's the kind of book where like next year you could sit down in December and just read a chapter a day
and do it again.
And do it again. It's just so cute and it feels so good. And each chapter takes you like 5 or 10 minutes. It's not,
not
they're
bad.
not like long. It's like they're short pages. And
I saw that the same company used the same technology to do a little kid version of the book too. So if you have like a middle grade or younger reader, there's another version that's. So I wonder if in the future they're gonna start sort of doing this.
Oh my,
advent
that would
calendar
be
stuff for adults,
amazing. I
too.
would love
I would love that. I
one.
hope this sells really well because I want them to do this a little bit more. It's a really cool technology.
It is, and it felt good, and it's like fun, and I don't know. Okay. Oh, she keeps, and these.
These are the other ones that we didn't have time to talk about tonight.
And it's not, they're great.
They're great. They're great. But some of them are more Christmassy than others. Some of them, I think the bottom row are all maybe not as Christmassy as you would think they were, so we didn't feel like we needed to spotlight them. But there are descriptions on the Christmas list, which if you click this little hyperlink situation, which I am using my mouse for and realizing that they can't see me with my mouse.
Here, it's
But-
this situation right here.
If you click that, anyone that's on this, we are going to send you the video recap and the slideshow so you can click through anything you want to get the information that you need. But if you click, you can get the rest of these descriptions.
Okay.
And for members, a reminder that we are talking to Angie Kim November 24th at 7:30. It might be November 25th. I think I get this wrong every time. Whatever the Tuesday is that week, I might have
think
typed
you're
in the wrong
right.
date.
I don't. I think you're right.
But I'm very excited for this book.
I don't know if anyone hasn't read this book. This was actually one of my favorite of the year, even though it was years ago, because I waited because I knew we'd choose her. Phenomenal book. I cannot wait to have this conversation.
Tuesday, November 25th.
Oh my God.
Thank you, Felicia.
I love you, Felicia.
I love you, Felicia. It is the Tuesday, so it's definitely the 25th. Audio over print for any of the titles mentioned. They want to know audio over print. So, I listened to a lot of them actually. Did any of them?
I listened to half of them.
I love a Scottish accent, so anything that's Scottish, I would say listen to if you like a little Scottish accent in your life.
I listened to a bunch of them. I read a bunch of them. None of them were full cast audio, so that I would say like it's a must, but I think you can't go wrong if you want something fun like to listen to. Also consider though, if you're listening, if anyone else is going to hear the spiciness level, because sometimes if you have something on and you're in the car and then there's kids and then it starts talking about like candy cane and snowballs,
Actually, Gingerbread Bakery, I think, is a dual narration, which I do really like. I think this one is a dual narration as well. The Hot Cocoa Spiced Cafe, whatever that really spicy one was, is a female narrating it, and it's sometimes really confusing. I don't like to hear a female narrating a man's voice in a romance. I find that very jarring, so I actually don't like that one on audio. So that's the reverse of what you're looking for, but hopefully that helps. We're gonna turn off the camera in a second too, and I'm gonna stop recording, and then you guys can talk to us. But the only other thing we wanted to mention is that we're doing a sale for Black Friday for book club membership. And this is for, if you get it, it's $25 for the first 3 months of the year. This is the only sale that we're doing.
January, February, March.
And those 3 books are going to be Pictures of You by Emma Gray, which is a book adaptation. We're very excited to talk to her. The Christie Affair by Nina D. Gramont, which is about Agatha Christie going
missing
for 12 days, 7 days?
Yeah.
And Not Nothing,
which is Gail Forman, and it is middle grade, but it's phenomenal.
It's really good. It's kind of about the Holocaust, and there's like an elderly main character that has a relationship with a
younger boy, and the two of them form this wonderful, beautiful relationship, and it helps both of them.
So those are the 3 books that would cover. The author chats. Oh, that's so nice. So in the membership, you get something like this every month, which is what we call the Looking Beyond, where instead of talking about one theme, we talk about 4 weeks ahead, what's coming out, what we recommend. And we also, it's pretty much the only place that we tell you what we don't like and what we think you can skip. And then at the end of the month, you get to do the author chats, which are really, really fun. Everyone comes on, we're all talking camera to camera. We have a really great relationship with our members. We look forward to it.
It's
all the
so
time.
good, and the authors are amazing.
And these chats are
spectacular. And
awesome.
we get such great information
We
about
do.
like and different endings, different people,
Right.
like
The number of times you're like, well, I
rewrites.
probably shouldn't tell you this, but, and you're like,
Yeah,
please do tell us.
Yeah,
We'd love to
yeah.
hear it.
and get it all on video.
So that is the plug for that. I'm gonna stop the recording and then you guys can turn on your cameras and ask us any questions.